Hey everybody, it's Laura and you're watching Atomic News. And I am in California right now, right off of PCH, just north of the Ventura County line. And yes, I'm showing you a big rock. So I wanted to explain what this big rock is. You guys have probably seen this a million times. In commercials, you can always see car commercials where the car is going up, the coast on PCH in the sunset, and you see this big rock up in the distance. Like you guys have seen it. It's like every car company has done this commercial. So next time you guys see this on a commercial and you see this big rock, somebody going up PCH, now you know where it is. Okay, this is near where I grew up. This is Point Mugu. It's near an air base, right near the beach. But that is the rock we just pit stopped at. So I just thought I'd share that with you guys. All right, there's so many other things that I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to clip a whole bunch of videos together, but I wanted to start with this one because I know you guys have all seen this, but you didn't know where it was. So now you do. So until the next clip, peace out. All right, everybody, I'm back, and what I am showing you right now is California State University Channel Islands. And the reason I am showing this to you is because this right here used to be a state mental institution, okay? This used to be an insane asylum, basically, for this particular part of the state. Many years ago, when I was young, elementary school, junior high, 6th grade, we came here and it was still actively a hospital, and we sang for choir for the patients to, I guess, kind of cheer them up, that kind of a thing. So I'm sure these walls here have many creepy stories to tell. As you can see, probably some of those windows are even still broken, but it has been transformed into a university, and people actually now go to school here. So I wanted to give you this little bit of California history, and there's a whole bunch of other things that I'm going to show you, so stay tuned and I'll be back in a sec. Alright everybody, I'm back, and this park that you're looking at right now is called Chumash Park. It is in Agoura Hills, and what you're looking at is a baseball field. So this baseball diamond was actually used in the filming of the movie Benchwarmers. So just a little bit of history here. This is the park that I played at when I was a kid. Sorry, I'm out of breath, but we just climbed up these huge rocks. And I'm not as flexible as I was when I was a kid. So Mr. Atomic had to actually help me get up into this rocky area, which, as you can see, is still graffitied years later. Nothing new there. But we used to color and paint as well. So tradition has kept over the years, it seems. But we would climb up this hill, get dirty AF, but that baseball diamond right there and that street right there, as well as the street that I lived on, Agoura Glen, which is right between those trees, were all part of that movie Benchwarmers. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. When they did the movie, they did add in a scoreboard for looks just for the movie. That doesn't really exist. It really wasn't a thing. It never's been there. But I don't know, pretty neat thing. So until the next clip, see ya then. All right guys, so I'm back. This is actually the high school that I went to, Agoura High School. As you can see, home of the Chargers. This high school, let's just say, a lot of privileged kids go here. And we all know that California burns every year, okay? Wildfires every single year in this area, like clockwork, especially because we're right close by to Malibu. Not long ago, I guess, one of the fires affected one of the baseball fields here at this school, and burnt, some equipment and whatever. I don't know the fine details to it. I just know that there was damage from it. And do you know, and this really got to me, okay? They received donations to replace all those things. And I'm like, really? You had to get donations for that? Like, I don't, come on. I know how much money is in this school and in this city. These kids easily could afford, parents could have easily afforded to replace equipment. But community donation, like, come on. Like, there are some other things that money could have gone to. Some areas, you know, south of here that are not so privileged, where donations like that really, really could have meant something. And I'm gonna say that, you know, I know some of you are gonna be like, oh, come on, Laura, but really, really, if you knew the amount of money that was in this city, you'd know that it was ridiculous. So anyway, that was my 2 cents, but I loved going to school here. It was a great place. It's beautiful now. They built this whole building. This didn't exist when I went here. So anyway, just thought I'd share that with you, and there'll be another tidbit soon, so hang in there. Okay, it should be right around the corner here. Yeah, okay, good. Look at all those flags. Flags, flags, flags. Flags, 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 flags. America. That's why it says it's not open to the public and there's people sitting in the flags. Alright, so we are on the beach. Well, it's just south, or sorry, just south of Point Mugu. You can see the rock off in the distance. But me and Mr. Atomic are at the beach right now with our feet in the sand and in the water. So I just thought I'd show you guys some waves. Hope you guys can hear me because I'm sure it's pretty loud. But so I officially had my feet in the water on both coasts in less than a month, so that's pretty cool. I went to Florida almost a month ago, and now I'm here in California. I'm not in my swimsuit, I'm just in my shorts, so I don't want to soak myself. So I'm trying to step back from the bigger waves to come in. But I just wanted to give you guys a little view. Woo! And now I'm all wet. And that is the sand dune there that people like to try and climb up to the top. I don't know why, I don't find that appealing, but some people I think just want the challenge. I don't know. And then I think some people try and sled down it like it was snow. But it's not really that a good idea, because then if you keep going you go right into PCH. So probably not a good idea. But people do it. We are just a few miles, I guess, south of Camarillo, which is the last city I lived in before I moved to Arizona. So I hope you guys enjoyed the beach this moment here, and until the next clip, peace out. Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry I'm talking really loud, but I know it's going to be windy, and I'm pretty sure that you guys probably can't hear me very well if I talk normal, but I wanted to show you guys the fields where I last lived in Camarillo before I moved to Arizona, back when I was 30. There's so much produce that is grown out here. If you guys are ever in And this is also out by, this is Las Posas Road. This is out by Channel Islands University where I was. I showed you that clip. It used to be a state mental institution. This is the cross street, Huaynimi Road, or if you are the MapQuest lady, it's, what is it?
Huaynimi?
No, it's Huaynimi. Like she... we learned that the MapQuest lady is not from California. Let's just say that, because she can't really pronounce the streets here. Canijo instead of Conejo, and instead of Las Posas, it's Las Poses. And I was like, nice try, fail. But anyway, if you can see the mountains off in the distance, there's beautiful, beautiful big homes up there. Very wealthy area, let's just say. And I lived at the base of those mountains in what we joke as the cheap seats, but definitely not cheap. Houses were $500,000 at least at that time, and now they're more. So you can only imagine what those houses up in the mountain cost that are ginormous, palace-like, almost like if you were in Malibu in some cases. So I'm going to cut out now, give you a view of that in there. Sorry, we're inside Beastie, Mr. Atomic's truck. He nicknamed his truck Beastie. This is, of course, views of the mountains. These are the mountains that burn every year. So in about a month or so, we're going to be in serious fire season here, and they're going to burn. It's inevitable. It happens every year. It's not global warming. It's forest management, Santa Ana winds, and carelessness. That's what it is, because the mountains here have been burning for decades, you guys. You guys have heard me talk about this on my channel. Decades and decades, these mountains burn every year like clockwork. And see, the Santa Ana winds come off the mountains and blow down all the way out to the ocean, and that's why the fires will burn from here all the way to the sea. So that's just a little bit of local education for you on what happens in California, and to let you know that the left, the liberals, the Democrats, they're all full of shit when they tell you it's global warming. Alright guys, until the next clip, peace out. Alright everybody, I am back, and I am in Thousand Oaks, California right now. And I am at Borderline Bar and Grill. Some of you may recognize that name. This is a little memorial here, I assume. It says, "I hope you know how loved you are." This is where that shooting took place about 3 years ago. So I just kind of wanted to come here and show you this. It was one of those shootings that I did cover in one of my videos. And a lot of people said that this was a false flag. It was not a false flag. Sorry for those of you that feel that, but it is not. I actually am very good friends with a local Ventura County sheriff. In fact, we just had dinner with him, and these are just things that are left, I guess, in memory of those who died and what happened here. But he was here for several days after the event, and his boss, his direct superior, was one of the officers that was shot and killed. So these are just basically memorials. Sergeant Helis, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, that is the one who was my friend's boss. And these are people that I guess were shot and killed during that mass shooting. So I just wanted to come and show you guys this. This is Borderline Bar and Grill in Thousand Oaks, California, and I believe it happened about 3 years ago. I can't remember exactly. I should have looked it up for you guys, but I'm sorry I didn't do that. They have this whole, look at all this whole memorial here for everybody. So you guys know that I love a good conspiracy theory. You know, there's always some truth to every conspiracy theory, but you guys, this was not a false flag. Alright. So that was for Sergeant Helis. Again, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, forgive me if I'm not, but these are for everybody else too, in memory. It's getting a little dark, so but hopefully you can see that. That's That's his photo there. Then it says, "Thank you, police force, rest in peace, Sergeant Helis." But I wanted to show this to you guys. I think it's really neat that they still have this up. And then there's stars in the bushes here, and they all are decorated and painted. One says hope. I've actually been here. I came here one time with my cousin, and I just had arm surgery on the nerve in my arm, and she and I drank and drank and drank, and she danced her heart out with some military guy that she met, and we had a good old time. So we came here one time. I've only been here once, but this is, you know, very close to where I grew up, and so it is quite a personal thing to me, because, you know, I have friends that have came and, you know, ate and drank here many times in my life, and, you know, it could have been any of them here that night. Could have been somebody you know, could have been somebody that you know that knew somebody here, but it did happen. It does exist, and this is a real place. So just thought I'd show that to you guys. I hope you enjoyed that, and tomorrow I'm gonna get some other local history for you. So until then, peace out. Hello everybody, I'm back. So where I am right now, I am up in the hills of Simi Valley. This area is now owned by Boeing, but what this area used to be, and I wish I could get back there now, but I can't because they have checkpoint Charlie. This used to be Rockadyne, okay? If you don't know what Rockadyne is, they used to do testing for rockets here back decades ago in the mountains of Simi Valley. Okay, between where I grew up in Agoura and Simi Valley was all Rockadyne, and you used to be able to hear late at night them testing rockets and big booms and things like that. Some of the reactors had problems. I believe 4 of the reactors had nuclear issues. And the residents of this area have very, very high rates of cancer. The people that live down the mountain for decades have had a higher rate of cancer than there should be. And rare cancers too, like eye cancer, brain cancer, bladder cancer, things like that. Very beautiful area. There's a lot of protests that happen here because they want the site cleaned up. The site is not cleaned up, and so every time it rains, you know, the rainwater obviously goes downhill and goes down into the valley, into Simi Valley. So this has been controversial for years and years and years and years. So I really was hoping I could get close and kind of get up on a mountain, and I want to see if I can get up into this mountain or maybe this mountain here. I'm not sure if we can or not, but I'm going to try. If I can't, I can't. But if I can, you're going to see the clip after this. But there's a lot of documentaries and information on YouTube about Rockadyne. If you're interested in that kind of nerdy stuff, definitely check it out. And you'll learn about the naughty things that the government did here and covered up, because they definitely did cover it up, you guys. They refuse to talk about it. They tell the employees, don't you dare ever talk about it, etc., etc., that kind of a thing, you know what I mean? Not a conspiracy theory, it's real. So a little bit of history about where I grew up and something that was hiding in the hills in this fancy area. That is a big secret, okay, government secret, that this area exists. They call it Area 4. You guys have heard of Area 51, Area 52, all that. This is Area 4, known as Area 4. So, yeah. Alright guys, the next clip I'm going to take you to the Manson Caves. The famous cave where Charles Manson and his family of followers took that very famous picture. So Mr. Atomic and I are going to go there, and we'll clip that in soon. Until then, peace out. Okay everybody, I'm back. so forgive me. If you had seen the hill that we just hiked up just to get this view, you'd understand. Whew. But what you're looking at here off in the distance, and I know it's really hard to see, but this is Rockadyne, okay? So, let's see if I can get my finger in the, oh, it won't do it because I'm zoomed in. But you'll see a gray building there, kind of in the middle of the photo. That is one of the testing areas to Rockadyne. One of the reactors. You can't really see much else other than that because it goes, this is a pretty big facility that is really hidden in the hills here. So this whole area, like if I pan over here, you're gonna see all of Simi Valley, and then Moore Park is that way, and then if you keep going way off in the distance, if it was a clear day and not full of fog, because it is a very foggy day down there, you could see the ocean from here. Definitely has an ocean view from way up here, but hidden in these mountains is a government secret. So I'm glad I could show that to you guys. It was definitely a workout to get up here. So I hope you guys appreciate my big old ass getting up that hill for you. But that right there is Rockadyne. I wish I could get in there and get close, but we can't. So this is as close as I can get for you guys. So now we're off to the Manson Cave, and then we are on our way home back to Arizona. So that last clip will be next. Okay guys, I'm back. Unfortunately, we could not get to the Manson Cave. It's really difficult to access right now. The roads are no longer marked. They're overgrown. It's pretty dangerous because they pretty much don't want people going back there anymore. We looked at the road and we were like, oh hell no. That's not happening. We're not going down there. So if we had more time and we had a safer place to park, maybe we could have done it and pull it off and just hike down into it. But it's really pretty closed off and pretty dangerous now because everything's grown over. You can't see where you're going. There's lots of poison oak. You know, it's still rattlesnake season here. So it's probably not a good idea for us to go. So I'm so sorry, you guys, that I couldn't show you the Manson Cave. But if you ever come to this area and you are a little more adventurous than we are, yeah, you know, we would probably do it if we had more time and better pants and things like that, like more prepared, you know, more water and things like that. But it's really just on the border of the Los Angeles County line off the 118 freeway, which is the Ronald Reagan freeway, just so you guys know, in the Santa Susana Pass. If you're going from Simi Valley into the San Fernando Valley into Chatsworth or vice versa, that's where it's located. It's really right off the freeway. I mean, there's an exit, what, a mile away? Yeah, like a mile away or less from the location where you can just jump off the freeway and then jump back on. So I'm sorry that I couldn't show you guys that. I really wanted to see it. It probably would have been really cool. But it's there. So if you're ever in this area off the 118 in Southern California by Simi Valley and Chatsworth, and you want to go on that type of adventure, definitely do it. There are some videos on YouTube that actually show it. There are some people that trek through, and they do explain that it's really hard to find, and that the road is, you know, overgrown and that kind of a thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed all this history for our little trip here and where I grew up and the things that are around here. I know I haven't posted a video in a couple weeks, so I hope you like this. And until next time, you guys, peace out.